question is around, really what's going to be driving value to XRP, particularly kind of around the cross-border and or like enterprise payments and financial use cases.
Yeah, so you guys can all see the question on the screen. I think the big thing that's gonna keep XRP like in its central role is its privileged place on the XRP ledger. XRP is the only token that you can pay transaction fees in. It's the only token that every account can receive. The payment engine during pathfinding always looks for XRP liquidity first, and XRP is auto-bridged through the order book. So XRP liquidity is sort of preferentially taken over to other types of liquidity just from order crossing. So XRP is always going to have a special place as a sort of liquidity tool on the XRP ledger.
Hey, what's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Buckle up because something massive is happening in the crypto world right now, and it's not what you think. The elites, the banks, the regulators, they've been pulling strings behind the scenes for years, keeping crypto in the shadows, controlling the narrative. But today the veil is lifting. XRP just flipped USDT to become the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Jerome Powell, he's flipped the switch on the money printer, flooding the system with cash. And the SEC's new chair, Paul Atkins, is promising a rational crypto frameworks. Sounds promising, but is it a trap? Oh, and don't even get me started on the Trump Memecoin Gala dinner where the winners are locked in with background checks. What's really going on here? Are we on the edge of a crypto revolution, or is there another setup by the powers that be? Here's the truth. The crypto market is heating up, and you need to know what's happening right now to stay ahead. In this video, we're breaking down these headlines, why they matter, and how they could affect your portfolio. The solution is knowledge, action, and timing. So stick with me because we're deep diving into this news and much more. Plus, we will be heading over to X to find out all the breaking news in the crypto world today. We'll also check out Forex Factory and the financial news that you need to know about this week. 3 massive news reports coming out tomorrow. And at the end of this video, we are going to be jumping into the XRP charts. We did break through our resistance here at $2.52 we've been talking about yesterday. We'll be looking for new critical support and resistance lines ahead of us. We'll also take a look at our short-term and long-term momentum waves and so much more in today's video. So if you're like most people where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto news like we do for you here on this channel, make sure you subscribe right now. And if you're still feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. First things first, we're going to jump over to CoinMarketCap and take a look at the overall health of the crypto market today. First and foremost, we do have a $3.29 trillion total market cap. It is actually down 1.5% in the last 24 hours. As we look at the 30-day chart, you can see we continuously have newer highs in the market structure, which is fantastic. We could not get to that $3.4 trillion mark just yet. $180 billion worth of volume in the last 24 hours. Fear and greed index is coming in at a 71. Yesterday was a 73. Last week was neutral at 50, but we are finally in the greed territory. Extreme greed is where we need to look out for potential take profit levels from these major institutions. Altcoin season index holding steady at 33 out of 100. Yesterday was 33. Last week was a 23. So it is ticking up, but we're not going to be seeing altcoin season until we get up into the 75 area. Bitcoin dominance had a slight turn down, 61.7% now at 0.72% down in the last 24 hours. Early reports coming in on the Bitcoin ETF tracker. The full report is not out yet for today, but it is down $32 million. So some of these big institutions are taking profits. We've had steady, consistent income inflows to the Bitcoin ETF the last couple of weeks, but it is on declining volume. As we can see, 3 weeks ago, we did over 3 billion. 2 weeks ago, 1.8 billion. Last week, 920 billion. We need to see another increase this week. Top 5 coins by total market cap. Bitcoin coming in at $102,000 right now at $2 trillion. Number 2 is Ethereum coming in at 2,400 at 297 billion. Tether number 3 at 150 billion. XRP did overtake Tether for the day. Unfortunately, this slight pullback at the beginning of the next day's candle, getting them down to that number 4 spot again. So this is a back and forth at the moment, but $146 billion market cap for XRP. BNB coming in at $656, $92 billion. And Solana at number 6, $172 a coin, $89 billion market cap. Jumping over to X to find out what's happening in the breaking news. And speaking of X, don't forget to head over and follow us on X, BULLRUNNERS, at BULLRUNNERS HQ. We do have a $100 XRP giveaway every week. Congratulations to Lord John 00420 for winning this week's. They are announced on Sundays. If you would like to join this week, all you need to do is like this post on our X account, comment XRP below it, sign up for the Blowfin account using our affiliate link right here. That will actually get you a 10% bonus no matter what size your deposit, up to $50,000. Winners will be announced in our daily email newsletter on the Sunday edition at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can also subscribe to that newsletter right here as well. Justin, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says the company just became the first and only crypto firm to join the S&P 500. We will do a deeper dive on this in a little bit here in the video when we get to the main headlines. And in some positive news, breaking news, Jim Cramer says banks are the safest place to store your wealth. That is great news for crypto holders because we know Jim Cramer is always wrong. So obviously be careful with your money in the banks, especially with him saying that quote there. In fact, going into the inverse Cramer, the Cramer tracker 4 hours ago said, you cannot make this up. Jim Cramer's 1987 Black Monday prediction, which he made just a couple of weeks ago, was the exact bottom of the market. NASDAQ is up 24% since then. He is the single greatest indicator known to mankind, the inverse indicator. Whatever this guy says, the opposite always happens. As you can see right here, the arrow pointing to April 7th, which was literally the bottom, and it's been up only ever since then. Lots of major news coming out positively for SUI in the news today as well. SUI got 65 million Bitcoin, earning 7% APR for them right now. And instant unstaking is live, but nobody is talking about it. So that is a great thing for SUI. And SUI has more DEX volume, decentralized exchange volume, than Avalanche, Polygon, and Optimism combined in 2025. So do not sleep on SUI. Obviously not financial advice. Do not buy or sell anything as we talk about on this channel. I do hold SUI. It's a great coin. I think big things are coming this year. And I know you guys may have seen this 100 times, but it's always good when it flashes back in your timeline to see it again. Will this bull run end in 2026? As you can see on the chart, A equals years in which panics have occurred and will occur again. And A, the hand right here. B are years of good times, high prices, and the same time, safe time to sell stocks at values. And that is this line in the middle here. And then C is the years of hard times, low prices, and good times to buy stocks, corner lots, goods, etc. And hold till the boom reaches the years of good times, then unload. So as you can see right now, they're saying the start of this previous bull run, or the current bull run we're in actually right now, it's 2023, will run until 2026, will be a short-term top, then a turn down until 2032, when you should basically sell everything you own and buy as much assets as you could possibly ever acquire, because 3 years later in 2035 will be a really great time to offload, according to this chart here. And in some great news for all of the Bitcoin holders out there, 98% of Bitcoin wallets are now in profit per crypto quant, which is a great thing for everyone holding. It's always nice to be in profit without a doubt. And more news here for SUI. SUI is definitely stealing the spotlight, outpacing Solana as it records 11.7 million inflows into crypto investment vehicles. As per CoinShares, SUI is on a year-to-date lead of 84 million versus 76 million of inflows. Is SUI the next altcoin superstar? As you know, during the last super bull cycle, Solana was an excellent performer. Will it perform again? More than likely, yes. But will SUI be the potential Solana killer, Ethereum killer? A lot of people are talking big when it comes to SUI. As you saw in the intro, that was David Schwartz at Apex 2024 sharing what will drive XRP's value in the coming years. And he was telling us ahead of time, we're seeing massive, massive things happening for XRP. So that was a great video there. And as we talked about in the intro as well, when I was talking to you guys, breaking Jerome Powell has turned on the money printer. The M2 money supply is definitely increasing at a significant rate. And huge news for Ethereum in the future here, BlackRock has filed to allow in-kind redemptions for its Ethereum trust. So this means direct Ethereum buybacks, not just cash. So what's really cool with this, if you ever wanted to cash out of your BlackRock Ethereum shares, instead of just getting paid in USD, they'll actually give you the ETH instead. And as we've been tracking for a very long time, there is supply shock going on for lots of tokens out there, Ethereum included. But here's a great example of Bitcoin. Bitcoin exchange reserve balances are at its lowest level in 6 years. Price continues to climb, and obviously supply continues to dwindle.
A key priority of my chairmanship will be to develop a rational regulatory framework for crypto asset markets that establishes clear rules of the road for issuance, custody, and trading of crypto assets, while continuing to discourage bad actors from violating the law. Clear rules of the road are necessary for investor protection against fraud, not the least to help them identify scams that do not comport with the law.
And as I was telling you earlier, XRP did flip USDT early this morning during that super pump to become the third largest crypto. XRP was sitting at number 3, Tether number 4. This will be a continued battle over the next couple of weeks. Coinbase releases another Bitcoin commercial.
Every day, the Fed prints an average of $465 million. That's 26,000 shipping containers a year, created out of thin air. Maybe that's why the dollar loses value over time. But there's one thing they can never print more of: Bitcoin. At the size of a quarter, this is all there will ever be. Shouldn't a store of value hold its value?
Great job to Coinbase getting the market out there for the normies for sure. Also today, the SEC Crypto Task Force Roundtable will discuss tokenization at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with panelists from BlackRock, Fidelity, NASDAQ, and more. The SEC Chair Paul Atkins will deliver a keynote speech on asset tokenization. Jumping over to the financial calendar here, first and foremost, tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m., we're going to have the core CPI, CPI month over month, and CPI year over year. Now, you may be wondering, well, what the heck is CPI? CPI is the Consumer Price Index, and this is consumer prices amount for a majority of overall inflation. Inflation is important to currency valuation because rising prices lead to central bank to raise interest rates out of respect to their inflation containment mandate. An actual greater than forecast is great for the currency, which is the USD pair. So we would like to see right now it's forecast at 0.3%. We need to see it higher. 0.3%, we want to see it higher. And year over year is 2.4%. We want to see that higher. The last time we printed a higher report was all the way back in February 12th. We had a 2.9 forecast. It came out at 3.0. Then there will be nothing Wednesday, and we got a whole lot more information. And the big one to watch out for on Thursday is unemployment claims, and Fed Chair Powell speaks again at 5:40 a.m. And then on Friday, we'll be looking at inflation numbers again. So a big inflation week. Keep an eye out for all this. We'll keep you updated. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow along. Headline number 1, crypto exchange Coinbase will soon be indirectly added to millions of investment portfolios as it's set to join the S&P 500. Now, as you continue to hear me talk about Bitcoin and the ETF and how important that is, well, now Coinbase, Coin, the actual name of their stock, will be in the S&P 500. Hey, bull runners, are you feeling FOMO about this bull run without the right financial support? We're here to change that. We're not just about funding, we're about growing your business together. Whether you're investing in crypto, kicking off a new startup, managing your existing business, or looking to expand, we have personalized funding that meets your exact needs. Imagine starting your business or getting capital to invest $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. That's not a dream, it's what we do. We've helped countless entrepreneurs like you with 0% interest funding without needing personal funds, income verification, or collateral. With just a 680 credit score, you qualify. We understand that your business can't wait, so take advantage of our quick funding approach. We look beyond the credit score with inclusive approval process that sees the big picture of your business or investment potential. Our flexible repayments are tailored to match your business cycles, ensuring you can manage repayments without strain. With access to our extensive lending network of over 5,000 options, we're committed to finding the perfect match for your business or investing needs. Plus, you'll have our dedicated team by your side guide guiding you through every step of the funding journey. Whether it's buying crypto, hiring new employees, or launching a new product, we're committed to your success. Click the link to connect with our expert advisors and secure your business's future now. The crypto exchange will replace Discover Financial Services, or DFS Discover, which was recently acquired by Capital One Financial, COF, S&P Global said on May 12th. And here's the actual report coming out May 19th. S&P 500, Coinbase Global will be added, and deletion of Discover Financial Services. Coinbase's inclusion in the S&P 500 should increase demand for the stock because index funds and exchange-traded funds that track the S&P 500 must buy coin shares to mirror the index. Coin shares immediately jumped 8.8% to $225.40 in after-hours trading following the announcement. Google Finance data showed the company also finished the March 12th trading day up 4%, bringing its market cap to $52.8 billion. Their chief financial officer, Alicia Haas, said joining this prestigious index reflects how far Coinbase and the industry have come and is a signal where world is heading. Michael Saylor also posting out, congratulations, Brian Armstrong and Coin being added to the S&P 500 index, a major milestone for Coinbase and for Bitcoin. And the big Trump meme coin Gala dinner is coming up very soon. The first 220 winners have been selected. This was the first competition for the coin. It's officially over. If you were in the top 220 on the leaderboard, check your email you signed up with for details on the dinner with President Trump as soon as possible. There will be background checks that need to be completed before your attendance is confirmed. Since Trump's meme coin launched in January, it experienced a crazy volatility up and down. It did reach an all-time high of 73 bucks. It's currently trading around $13. And for those people that are still holding the same number of Trump at the same time as the dinner as they did when they qualified and won the tournament, they're also going to be getting a Trump Solana NFT, which will be super rare. Buyers of the U.S. President Trump's token meme coin estimated $148 million in the contest to win the opportunity to dine with President Trump. According to Chainalysis, 58 digital wallets that bought the meme coin made more than $10 million with over $1 billion in total gains, while 764,000 wallets lost money. All right, heading over to TradingView to take a look at XRP in the charts. So as we have a look, yesterday was an amazing day. It's had a super pump to the upside, getting up into the 265 range. As we've been following along for many, many days after we broke above this 225, we had confirmation the next day and it continued up into our level here at $2.52. Now remember, these levels are based off of trend lines. We're calling them spider lines. Crypto Face on YouTube found them from him. Basically, you draw a line. It's a ray. It's a tool in TradingView called the ray. You'll select a point in history. We selected the weekly charts, the drop during 2018, and you'll select a second point in the future of that, which was the high of April 14th, 2021. And then that will give us a prediction into the future of where price is going. And sure enough, it's been spot on so far. Our most recent level we talked about needing to break above was $2.52. We did break. We have not had confirmation of that breakout yet. Today we're having the open of the brand new candle. It did come down and fill in this fair value gap. So that's actually really positive news. Let's take a look at fair value gap here. There was a fair value gap here. It has been fully cleared out, which is nice. So now we can have that continuation to the upside. Our next level on this larger time frame of the weekly spider lines gets us all the way up into the $2.85 range. I do have a smaller time frame one as well. This is the 3-day spider line. So you can see it's a lot more busy. There's a lot more potential support and resistance. This one has a resistance that it broke out above 240, leading to the next one, which it did wick into here at 260. The next level up is 270 and then 283. So instead of weekly candles on the weekly drop down from 2018, this one works off of every 3 days, every 3-day candle. It does the same concept though. But as you can see, it works tremendously well, just as the weekly ones do. This one just has a lot more data points that it could potentially resist off of. So coming back to the weekly charts, we do have our long-term momentum wave here. It is bullish above our zero line, which is very important. It actually broke out, retested that level, and it's continued to make its move up. Our short-term momentum wave is getting about peaked out here at the 100 level. So we'll continue to monitor this. It'll get up here and then it'll have to reset back to zero like it did here. And as we are currently green and we were at this level too, you can see it wasn't much of a drop. It was more of a consolidation before the secondary pump, which was really nice. When we jump to the weekly charts, this is where it gets really exciting because that same short-term momentum wave has just barely started turning to the upside. We can see last time it reset to the bottoms here, which was right here, and that was October 28th. And then the very next weekly candles, when we started getting our first little boost up here at 55 cents, and then we took off to the upside, making our new all-time high. And as you can see, it did bump off of our weekly spider line exactly at this level here at the $3.40 range. But we have a lot of room to go to the upside. Now, these weekly candles and the weekly charts take potential months to make the move. So I'm not expecting this to blow up to $4 in the next week. It is going to take several weeks to continue up to this level. But look at this spider line right here. We have this one will get us all the way up into $5.43. We have the really high ones up here, which is definitely a possibility as well, reaching that $15 level. And then even this one up here, which is our $30 level. I don't see 15 and 30 on this reset to the upside this time. It's probably going to have to take a weekly move to the upside, hang out for a minute, reset again, and then make another move. So we could be talking weeks, like they're saying, by the end of 2026, could be peaking out at those levels. But optimistically, it's looking very exciting for this move to the upside. I am looking for this $2.80 level next, then $2.90, and then $3, and then back up into these levels. This is going to be $3.50 now because the time and price is getting higher. So we'll get up into this $3.50 level. Just to give you an understanding of what we're talking about, this is what happened on the Bitcoin move. You can see the week of April 14th was when it finally started to make its break to the upside. And ever since then, so going from 84,000 all the way up to these recent highs of 105,000. That was a $20,000 move just on this here, and it has not peaked out yet. So there is still room to run for Bitcoin to the upside as well. Checking in on the Bitcoin dominance chart, as you can see here, it did bounce off the exact area that we had been talking about that needed to hold off for altcoins to finally run. This doesn't mean Bitcoin has to crash. It just means altcoins have to run faster than Bitcoin. It hit our top level here. It did wick through a couple of times, but then rejected. We want to see a continuation to the downside. That massive pump that happened for us in November was this move right here. Would love to see a continuation of this. As we take a look at this drop in November, the short-term momentum cycle was resetting down to zero, which is what we see right now in the charts as well. So if altcoins continue to gain momentum against Bitcoin, we could see it come back down to a 60.86%. And that's also the 30 exponential moving average at this moment. If it continued to drop, it may then come down to the 50 exponential moving average, which is 59%. If we get a crazy move all the way down to there, we're going to see some massive, nasty altcoin pumps for sure. So we will continue to keep you updated on XRP and many other coins. Don't forget to subscribe today.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000, and the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called SUI, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers.